Welcome to another episode of Digital Business Forum. We are so glad that you're here. And like we had promised when we started this forum, that we are going to bring you information that can change your life. Today, we are so happy to have our guest, Maame, who is going to give us good information of how you can turn your struggles into triumph and how you can start your own online business and reach financial freedom. All right. So we are so glad. All right. We are so glad to have, our team members, Ferry, David, and Dorothy, Coach Dorothy here too. And as we start this forum today, we just want to tell you that tune in. Make sure you stay with us until the end. All right, stay with us until the end. And if you have questions, make sure you put it on the comments. We are going to do our best to answer every questions that we'll have. All right, so we are going to introduce ourselves here again for our new followers, our new viewers. I'm going to start with myself. So my name is Dorothy. I'm a healthcare professional, and I am also a proud, successful digital business owner. All right, you know what? I have another title. Side hustle business expert. Okay, so we are going to help all those people who really want to start a side hustle to have something that can bring money as well. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and say, Ferry, it's your turn to introduce yourself to the audience.
Hello. I hope you can hear me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night to people like those who are in Uganda, all over the world. Yes, Africa and everywhere else. Wherever you're watching us from, welcome to yet another episode, as Dorothy said. And thank you for your time. We don't take this for granted. We really appreciate your presence. For those that will watch a replay, please do so. Feel free to do so. Please leave comments. Yes, your comments and questions in the comments box below. My name is Ferry Nkanji. I'm an entrepreneur, a mother, a wife, and an educationist. But right now, I'm also a proud digital business owner, and I'm really shifting from the education department almost to be full-time digital business owner. I hope and pray, because this is an amazing opportunity that my husband introduced me to years ago, and it has really changed and transformed our lives. We become dreamers, and dreamers without action, sometimes it doesn't work. So we've taken action. We took action and started the online business. And to be honest with you, our lives have been transformed. If you're out there and struggling at this time, it's your choice to struggle, because there are very many other opportunities out here that we took advantage of. Yes, and they do change our lives. All of us here today, we are here because we have something to tell you. So please stay tuned and welcome Maame. I can't wait to hear from you, Maame. Yeah, you're most welcome. Thank you so much, Dorothy.
Yay! Thank you for that amazing introduction. Next is Dorothy, Coach Dorothy. Come on, introduce yourself to us. Dorothy, you're muted.
Thank you. Hi, everybody. How are you doing? My name is Dorothy Nakalema, your lady from Uganda. Currently, I'm in the US and a proud business owner, like proud business coach, and welcome to our forum, the Digital Business Forum. Be inspired, be informed. So tell a friend just to come and watch. Don't miss out this. It's an amazing. Do you know what, guys? This is the second African lady on our platform, like the guest. You remember last time we had Coach Pamela, and this time round we have Coach Maame. So guys, don't miss out this. And I can't wait. Whatever they're going to share with us, it's really amazing. And stay tuned. Thank you, Dorothy. Back to you.
All right, it's time for our gentlemen. Where are our gentlemen? Come on, David. introduce us to your
Thank
audience.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dorothy. Always excited to be here. Good morning, good evening, from wherever you're watching us from. Welcome to yet another episode of the Digital Business Forum. My name is David. I'm an advisor in cybersecurity here in the States. I'm a proud digital business entrepreneur as well. Every Sunday around this time, we come out to you to inform you about what's trending in the digital world, to inspire you to find a side hustle in the digital um, world, and to give you what it takes, to give you the information to change your lives. Today is such a special occasion. We have our guest, Maame. We're excited to have you here, Maame. Like Dorothy said, you're yet the second one we've hosted from the continent. It's very exciting. It's always exciting to talk to somebody that has taken on the opportunity squarely and have succeeded doing. So we are welcoming you all to share this link, to look in the description, share the link. Don't be mean, share it with a friend. And, you might be the reason somebody's life changes. So share the link and get inspired. Thank you, Dorothy. Take it away.
Thank you. All right. Thank you, David, for that amazing introduction. You know what? The floor is now for our guest, Mame. We are so happy to have you here. All right. And we are ready. And I think all our followers are ready to hear all the good news that you have for us today. So, Meme, it's your time to introduce yourself.
Thank you so very much, all of you guys. I mean, I'm so excited to be here and thanks for the invite. I really appreciate it. So, the little introduction about myself, I am Maame Blay, originally from Ghana, and I have been living in Italy with my family. So, my husband and I have three lovely kids. Well, they are yet to be teenagers, so somehow I have 14, 12, and then I have an 8-year-old. So we are now dealing with some pre-adolescents. How do you call it? Yeah, it's another story. So yeah, but I thank God for my life. I thank God for this digital business and even the community for me coming here all over. I mean, I've seen people from Ferry from Uganda and the rest of you guys from how do you call it in USA, and I am in Italy. So this is how global we can be. So this is just a little about me, and also I am in the healthcare. I still work, but yeah, I am still working as a healthcare assistant. So this is a little about me for now.
All right. Thanks, Mame, for that introduction. So we have some questions for Mame so that it can just help us, so that she can open up into just telling us more about how she transitioned to this online business, how she's doing it now that she's still working and still successful in the online business. How is she able to put it all together and still do it together and still, find time for her, online business, and at the same time find time for her family and find time for her kids. So if you're out there and thinking that you cannot do it all, you can. All right, people are doing it, so you can. So for Mame, our first question is, could you elaborate on your journey into the digital online business world for our audience, and what really motivated you to enter this field?
Yeah, so thank you so much for this question. So what really motivated me was actually a series of stuff that really came my way. And then I got to a point in life, I realized that I cannot continue like that, like working for somebody else and not building something for myself. So what really pushed me into this was to find something I can even call my own, something I can leave as a legacy. You know, I look at my parents, they are like, they have struggled, they have done stuff for, like, my grandparents left something for my parents have tried their best. And looking at me, looking at my life at that time before I started the digital business, I was like, I have 3 kids, like, now they are growing. And looking at my life 5 years or 10 years from now, it's practically nothing. I would have nothing for them, because even the little savings I would put there, something would just come in and I'll just go and take it out again and it would just go. So it was something that was really a burden on me. Like, I was looking at my kids, their future, and I wanted them to have a better future. That was one. And two, my health. As I said, I was in the healthcare. So healthcare can be really hectic. So you know how it's really started taking a toll on my health. Like, I had serious back pains. I would walk like an old woman, like, so I would walk like an old woman, and I was looking at myself as young as I was. So if you can guess my age, I'm like only 15 years old. So I'm just kidding. So I was just looking at my life and I was like, no, there should be a way I can at least cut down the hours or even quit. But I realized that I cannot just quit my job, because even if I quit this job, the bills are not quitting. So I had to find a way. So I looked at my life and I'm like, no, there should be a way I have to. So I knew that the way to go is to find something else that is a side hustle. But frankly speaking, the side hustle was not even like online. I was like, but the most important thing is I get something to do, something that will bring me extra income. So that really pushed me into the entrepreneurship. So that made me really start searching. And the third thing was also another preacher I heard. He was always telling us, hire yourself. If you would know him, is Dr. Miles Monroe. This man was always saying that it is better to hire yourself, because if you hire yourself, nobody can fire you from your job, from your work. At your jobs, you can be fired, but your work, nobody can fire you. So that also lit up a fire within me. So that really set me up on my journey. So it has been quite a journey. I was never the business type. I had never done business before. But all these series of stuff really got me moving into looking into something else or starting something for myself. So yeah, this is what I can say for now.
Wow, it's just amazing, you know. So there are three things I got there, you know. If you have kids and you have some, you know, like when we grew up, most of us literally we don't have anything that somebody can leave to us. Okay, just like
Mhm.
the way, like in the Western countries, they have like people, you know, their kids inheriting all these big money. You know, people from Africa, we barely have anything that we get from our parents. You know, we don't. So when we come here in the United States, we want to educate our African brothers and sisters that it's a high time for us, okay, to step up and start investing and creating generational wealth for our children.
Mhm.
All right. So it's amazing. And we are happy that, you know, Mame is already doing that. And we can help other people, other families to do that for, you know, for their kids, to do that for their kids. All right. And also, like you said, healthcare is heavy. You know, I'm in healthcare too. And that is one of the reasons that really made me come out here and like, no, I need something else. Just because healthcare is, you know, you use so much of your physical energy, your
Mhm.
mental health is not good. You use a lot of also, like I said, your physical, you know, energy. So you kind of get worn out so fast. You back pains and so many other things. Coach Dorothy is also a witness on that part. So
Oh,
I
okay.
think it's our high time to tell, you know, we are here to tell our followers that there's something better out there. You don't
Mhm.
have to really just keep working, nonstop until your health is deteriorating and you don't even, you retire so old, so early, like by 50 you look like 60 or 70. So thank you, Mame, for that. Any other person who wants to add into that? I think it was a really good, way of putting it for that question. Anyone else? Coach Dorothy?
Yeah, if I'm to throw in something, I think the pointers were really strong.
Yeah.
One being the need to create generational wealth. Um, I've always heard that a wise man is one that will leave an inheritance for his grandchildren. Okay, so in the bid to try and do that, I think it pushes you to look beyond what you're doing, because it's not many of the things that we do as individuals that we can. You're gonna excuse me, I have a bit of a cold. It's not many things that we do that we can actually pass on to our kids. For instance, I've always said, I mean, technology. Okay, the skills that I have end with me. I can't pass that on to anybody. But what I do with that skill um, should be in a position to help me generate something that will fall under the bracket or will actually create that kind of wealth that I can pass on. And again, like I've kept saying that as we do what we do, you look for these opportunities and find something that you can share with others and have them carry on. So thank you very much, Maame, for that. I think that was a very strong why. And the other one you mentioned, the need to hire yourself. Okay, because again, like most of these jobs we do, we are all what's the word, dispensable, meaning you can wake up one morning and there's no job. There's a very common phrase they use here: your job has been impacted. It sounds they say we are sorry to inform you that your job has been impacted, and you say, okay, how has my job been impacted? Pretty much they're saying we don't have a need for you anymore, and you should try your skills elsewhere. So when you think about that again, it's like when you are in a position to create something on the side, something that you have a level of control, you can't fire yourself. You've created yourself work, and I think looking at it from a more serious perspective, it's something that you should focus to build and kind of turn into your main hustle at some point. Because if it's going to be your escape route or hustle, then it deserves that. So yeah, that's what I picked from that, Mame, and thank you for sharing.
Thank you so much.
Back
Yes,
to you,
even
Dorothy.
Yeah, go ahead, Ferry. Yeah.
yes, just to add on to that as well, hire yourself. That's
Oh,
well
yeah.
put, Mame. Thank you for that. To be honest with you, most of us want to try. Most of us want to start something different. We surely know 9 to 5 will not cut it out for us, will not meet our needs. Working 9 to 5, we know surely it will not work out. But the babies, the encouragement or the courage to stand up and take action and move into a different direction, that's so hard because we have bills to pay. We have a livelihood to take care of. But then we need to move. And how do you do that? So my advice, as she said, that she's in healthcare, but again, at the same time, she does this as a side hustle. That's, I think, the best way all of us can take action. Myself, I'm still doing my education on the alongside, and at the same time, I'm running a side hustle as a business online digital business owner. So the same thing, I think, you take the baby steps. It's a leap of faith, and sooner or later you find yourself that you are there where you want to be. But it's better than not doing anything. Absolutely. So, Mame, I think I should go with my next question. Not so? I think.
Yes, please.
You've mentioned a series of things, yes, that led you to move. But surely, so many of these things happen to all of us, ideally. When you're in employment, you get tired, let's say you have a backache, but you still push on and go because, again, we still have bills to pay. What exactly could you pinpoint that little mark or turning point that say that made you throw in the towel and you say, this enough is enough. I've had it all. So could you elaborate on, let me see the question. Were there any specific events or experiences that inspired you to become an entrepreneur? A specific one that made you, this is enough. I can't take it no more. It's okay, even if I'm not going to have a meal on my table, I'm walking. Yes, that's the kind of effect I'm looking for because that makes us move. It inspires others out there to move, to be courageous and move. Yes.
Yeah, so I at first I talked about different events, but to pinpoint, I
Yes.
think here I would pinpoint two because my life is full of drama. So the first thing about my health, at least that would be also my main why that was really pushing me to start something for myself. But for me, it was like, okay, something just to support the home. But what really got to me was one day, because of the back pains and I done series of tests, X-rays and scans, it was always getting worse. So like even at work, I would work like maybe 3 hours and then the rest is just suffering, like walking, suffering. And I was still moving. I had to. So one time I just went to my doctor, seeing the results and everything. She said, it's either you have to quit your job or you change your job. That was something I was like, it's really broke me. I was like, I can't quit because, as I said, the bills in this house, they are not quitting because my husband is working though, but I know, but we can't depend solely on him. And also, I was like, if I have to even change, that is all I know to do. I have studied, I know this is what I know. So I have to start all over again. And as human beings, we starting something fresh really scares us. And I was like, so if I stop this, what am I going to do? So that really brought to mind that I have to, then if I stop my work or if I have to slow my work down, then I have to get something I am doing. Not working because I knew that I can't take another job upon myself. I knew it. So it's either I start working for myself or I would have to then just quit. But quitting was not an option. It was not. So the second thing also
That's
that
wonderful.
really event I would talk about. So the first one was the doctor telling me about me quitting and then or slowing everything down. And the second thing was also my life was like my house in the morning. It was like a military house. You would have to see me and the kids. Hurry up, run, run, run. So always it's like run, run, run. And I am always running, but at the end of the month, nothing shows that I was running. Like run, 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 run. At the end of the month, the salary would come. And even at the middle of the month, the salary is gone. I'm like, so this running, where did it all get to? It's not getting me anywhere. And I was always running, rushing, to the extent that one time I remember this thing really also hurt me as a mom. My daughter had a recital. And my running always, like when it comes to things with them, I am late. But when I have to go to work, I am like, let's go because I have to take them to school before I get to job. So I'm always running. And this recital, by the time I got there, I think I even had the whole message wrong. We were late in the first place. Secondly, I missed the venue they were doing. So when we really got to the actual venue, where my child has to perform, it had already been done. And my child told me this, Mommy, it's enough because always with you, I am late. If it was to be daddy, we would have been there on time and I would have done that. That really hurt me. I am thinking that I am doing everything for my child. I think that I am really running and that thing, that is my daughter. She would just bring it out. She just said it, and that thing really got to me, and I was like, I have to really look into life. And these kids now she's around 6 years and she's saying this to me. So I have to really take care, because at the end of the day, we take so much care about our jobs. We don't want to be late for our jobs, but when it comes to our family, our children, these are little things. Sometimes we allow it to escape us, but it has effects on them. From that time, I made the decision, this is never going to happen again. So I have to find something. I have to find that way to slow down things in my life. One, for my own health, and two, for my family. So that these are the events that really pushed me into the digital world. And thank God I can still have my job. No more overtime, no more crazy hours. I have taken a fixed hour because I am still with them, because they allow me to do my fixed hour. The hour I am giving them, that this is what I want to do. Take my kids to school, go back and pick them. So no nannies, nobody's. I am really handling them. I take them to school, I go back, I finish working, and I go and take them from work and back home. So that is really what pushed me into the digital world.
Wow. Just amazing. I don't even know what to say. It's just amazing. And you know what? Whatever you're saying, it's what happens to most of the people here in the US. It's the same thing. All right. But you decided to change your life. And now you see everything has changed. And it's good for our viewers to see that there's another option than just working. And there's another option. If you're struggling with your health, if you're struggling not being there for your kids, there's a way out. There are solutions out there. And you know what? We got the solution for you today. All right. We got the solution for you today, that you can start a side hustle. And you know what? You don't have to start just any side hustle. If you want a side hustle that already has been proven to work, like now Meme is talking about, we have the solution. And you can contact one of us, David, Meme, Ferry, Dorothy, or I. Any one of us here can help you to start something and change your life like the way Mame has changed her life. Yeah, thank you so much, Meme, for
Wow.
that.
Wow.
Thank you,
Wow.
thank you,
Wow.
thank you so much for that.
Wow.
It's just,
Dorothy.
yes,
Yes. Dorothy. Dorothy.
yes, yes,
Yes. Yes.
yes. Go
My
ahead.
question has two parts.
Oh,
Please
two
allow me
parts.
to finish it. Oh,
Sounds good.
yes.
Go ahead,
Oh,
honey.
yes. Thank you so much, Meme. I
All
really,
right.
really am touched. Yes, I'm touched by virtue that, oh, if a 6-year-old can see that, we get I don't know, over crowded with a lot of ourselves, the job, and everybody else, and then we forget our families. To be honest with you, we are almost like job pleasers. Huh? I would say people pleasers. But to be honest with you, if a 6-year-old can see through that mom, you're neglecting us, you're choosing your job over us, and it happens to all of us. We're not judging, because to be honest with you, to juggle family, juggle a job, juggle your health also, it's not an easy thing. You put in everything there, and to be honest, it wasn't paying off. And you took the action and moved. I think that's very encouraging. But then again, how do you get to identify? How are you able to identify a good opportunity for you to jump on? Because that's my part B of my question. It's so many of us are fed up, but we cannot know. We're not sure. Where am I going to? What am I going to do? How are you able to identify this opportunity? Thank you,
Okay,
Dorothy.
so yeah, so I left that part, but how I identified, because I was really at the edge, I was like full. So I never saw an ad. I believe that most people jump into this business by seeing an ad. I just saw an old friend who had posted that he's a digital business owner. So I was like, a digital business owner. That really got me curious. Then I just went into his website, and then I watched the webinar. And when I watched the webinar, I realized that they are real people just like me. They are people just like me. And hearing the system and everything, as I said before, I was not business minded. I've never done any business in my life. So hearing the system, hearing the tools and the trainings I'll be having, and on top having a coach and a mentor, I was like, okay, this is enough. At least I'll never be left alone here, because my fear was to start a business all by myself. Maybe I was thinking offline, start something offline, but I was like, where do I go? What do I do? But when I got into this, when I saw that webinar for the first time, it really answered all my questions. Like, what do I do? It was there, like help is there. Where do I go? I knew that this is a place to be, because a whole lot of mentors are ready to mentor you, to help you. So once I knew that I was not alone, that really made me see that this is a good opportunity and I should not let this slip by. And I did not. And I thank God I did not.
Wow. Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Our program is the best. The
Yeah.
best. Training, tools,
Yes,
automated system,
absolutely.
support, mentors, coaches. Oh my goodness. Which other business do you want to do? And on top of that, the best compensation plan. The best compensation plan. All right. So just contact one of us. All right. Today should be your day when you just change your life. Just today. All right. So I'm going to call upon David K to ask the next question.
Yes, Dorothy, thank you very much for this opportunity. Just to circle back on what Maame just said, of those kinds of reasons, again, it never ceases to I mean, it's one of the things that always I happen to focus on or remember whenever a question about how somebody started this business, or whatever triggered anybody to start this business, is besides all these mentors, coaches. Maame is a coach, right? You know what that means? If she's a coach, it means she has been in this business for a while, okay? And having been there, obviously, she has met challenges. She has been through fire. Because if I call this a mobile business, because what do we tell people? If you have a mobile phone, an internet connection, and a laptop, you're good to go. The training is cloud-based, okay? The training is not anything you have to carry on a CD or a disc or a flash disk. No, it's all cloud-based. Wherever you are, on your phone, on your laptop, you can access it, okay? You don't have to be tech savvy, okay? So these are the advantages. You don't have to be tech savvy. It's a mobile business, meaning with simple tools, you can be able to work. But again, you have mentors and you have coaches, and all these add to the resources anybody can have to be in a good place to run the business. Maame, obviously, because of the time you spent in, I know for a fact you've had to go through challenges, okay, because of the juggle. You're juggling between your work, home, and health, all these things, and then here you are, you have a training to go through, and it's action based. It has all these moving parts to set yourself up on the platforms, okay? It's got a lot of moving parts. So for you to be able to make time for that, and stay put up to where you are right now, the question is, were there any moments when you felt like giving up on this idea too? Because it was a new idea, it came in video-based training. You have coaches, you have mentors, I understand, but it can be a lot to juggle if you're just finding yourself in a new space. So were there any moments where you feel like, oh, this is another plate on my table that I have to chop and finish? And if so, what motivated you to keep going?
Yeah, so I think as an entrepreneur, like it is, you are a problem solver, and I am someone like when I make up my mind that I start something, I I would bring it to the end. Like I would hold on to it. But this business, like me starting my own business, had its challenges because one, I was not that even social media type. So all of a sudden, I have to do stuff on social media, show my face. At first, even not a picture, I wouldn't even take a picture. So it was a real struggle for me. So it's apart from these petty things, like also things really came in. Like if you are working for someone, you have your bosses or your supervisors who take care of things for you. So it makes things easy for you. All that you need is get there, clock, and do what you always know how to do. But starting my own business, I realized that it was continuous learning. I had to really continue to learn because this time nobody's doing anything for me. I had to do things for myself. Were there times I had to quit? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Like when I would sometimes call it, this business is a real business. So there were times like me even getting to the training, getting to know staff, getting to get acquainted with staff was a bit of a struggle, but we always keeping on, you would just go over, you would cross over. And there were times I was like, okay, I'm in my dry season, like Hamatan season, so I just want to give up. No, but you know what I thought to myself, what really motivates me not to give up was to like consider the job I am doing. Like in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years, I know that I have done that for like over almost 20 years. That is my job. And the salary difference wouldn't be, it's like this, it's just so small. It's just, so the bills keep growing, but the salary always keeps becoming like small. The salary is always little. So what really kept me going in those times, like when troubles come and I'm like, oh, should I even quit? What makes me think is if I quit and go back to my job, do my job full time, do everything I want to do, in the next 10 years, would that job give me passive income? Can I leave my job for my kids? Can my kids just take whatever I have done and continue from there? I realized no. And even what the job would pay me, even when I go to pension, I am in Italy and the salary here is so low, not compared to those in the USA. So looking at my pension, I can't even, if by then I have not finished paying for my house, meaning that even if I pay the rent or anything, like it will be so hard to feed. So I realized, no, this is something I have to keep going because going back is not the solution. Going back is not the answer. Looking 10 years, 10 years from now, if I am to do this business, continue to do this business, I'll be an expert, and whatever is a problem now, today, by then would not be a problem. But what I take the easy path, that is go back to my job. Although I
Very
know
true.
that the job is stressful, I have people taking care of me because all that I need is to show up and do whatever I need to do. I know that at the end of the 10 years or at the end of the next 5 years, my life will be stuck. And this is not the kind of life I want. So, yeah.
Very true. Thank you. Thank you
Oh,
very much.
great. Yes. Yes. Well, thank you, Mame, for that. And to add into that, like in everything that you do, there's a little learning curve. All right. Just a little learning curve. Because for you to change your life, you have to learn something new. And so at the beginning, you may feel a little bit, a little bit, worn out, like things are not working, but just a little effort, that's all it's needed, and some positive mindset that I can do this. If others are doing it, you can do it too. And that's all you need. And if you're coachable, you can go through the training. You have support, mentorship, from our mentors. Coaches will be there also to support you. our system, private group will be there to also support you. I think anything is doable. So if Meme was not a tech survey person, she wasn't even in social media person, and she was able to do it. Now she's a coach and making 5 figures. You can do it as well. All right. Nobody doesn't have the capability to do something that somebody else has done. All you need is, just like we had talked last time that we were here last Sunday, that you just need a positive mindset. Just be ready to learn, and then the rest will be history. See how Meme's life has changed. See how much time she has. She's able to drop her kids to school, pick them up from school, work whatever she want to work. No more time like she has to really do it. Like she just gives them a time, like this is the time I can work. You can take it or leave it, because this is not what I'm depending on. That is huge. That is huge. And you know what? Is a change. She literally changed her life around. Now, I don't think your daughter says that. I think she says something different right now, right? She will not choose daddy over you now, right? So I think really this is a life changing opportunity. It's just look at what we're getting. We are bringing people real stories, real results. That's what we bring in. This forum is for it's a real, we bring real people who have seen it all and who have made it, so that you can be encouraged and you can see that you can also do it. All right, Coach Dorothy, is your turn to ask Meme a question. I know, Meme, it's past 30 minutes. Oh, please give us a few more minutes if you don't mind. So,
No,
Coach
no
Dorothy,
problem, no problem.
yes, thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. I think most of you're now surprised. 40 minutes without me saying anything. Guys,
I know.
I was just not feeling well, but I'm glad that I'm here today. And I've been noting down all over what you guys been discussing. And my last point, the one of the main point, which whereby it keeps her pushing. Like what I realized, for you to win in this world, you just have to remember, why are you doing what you're doing? Because by that time whereby our guest talked about that time of giving up, she's like, okay, why did I started this business? It's like, why? Because of the small salary, which is not going to be increased very soon. And it's a passive, because it's not a passive income. So I learned that it's all about you remembering your why. Why are you doing something? It will push you to your destination. And then the other thing is about like the daughter is like, like there's no time for the daughter. It just reminds me, one of my friends, they went to Africa with a little kid of just 4 years, and the kid didn't want to come back in America. It's like, mommy, all of our family is here. Why do you have to go back, And it's like, mommy, you will find me. So she left the kid back home, and then she came in America. And now the kid is calling, but mommy, what are you doing in America? All of us, this kid are understanding. Like, and this kid is just 4 years old, but he can really tell why, because one of the reason why he was telling he's not gonna come back here, it's because mommy doesn't give me time. Yeah, I have family, they're giving me time, they're giving me that love. And it's like, even the kids can see, however much they are young, but it is affecting them, and mentally. So if you're a parent and you're there, just go to the description link, type in your name and your email address. We got you. All right. Okay. And then my last one before I even ask my question is about, when you are speaking about the back pain. I'm glad I no longer work for somebody. I work for myself. So, but even the reason as to why I'm not that feeling well today, it's because of that. But remember, this happened in 2022, beginning of 2022, because I started my business in 2022 July, but it was actually even not 2022, it was 2021. So but till today, however much I quit my job, it's closely now to a year or something, but it is still affecting me. I was on those back pain, the back pain injections. That, you guys, if you're on my page, you know it. If you have ever felt that back pain, you know what I mean. And guys, guess what? Whoever you are working for, if you get that problem to that job, they no longer care about you. What they care, oh, are you not going to come back today? Okay. They're gonna call supervisor or somebody else. Is there somebody available to cover Dorothy? They don't care about your health. They care about their income. So for me, once I realized that was one main reason of me even quitting my job. And it's hiring myself. Right now, I'm in the comfort of my home, hiring myself. My business makes money. I just say, okay, this is for my business, and this is for Dorothy. I'm hiring myself. Nobody's gonna quit. Nobody's gonna fire me, right? So it was really, really amazing. And thank you very much for sharing. So now, my question is, have you ever encountered any technical challenges or obstacles in the development or maintenance of your online platform? And how do you overcome them?
Yeah, so as I said before, I was not that social media type. So at the initial stage challenges. But yeah, I started how I overcame them was like taking one platform at a time. So I was already on Facebook. I actually wanted to cancel Facebook before I came across this business. So I was on Facebook and I used Facebook for a while. And then I started learning about Instagram also. So I also moved also there, because if you are working online, then we have to also leverage all these online platforms. And so, yeah, gradually I went to Google, YouTube, and then TikTok. Yes, but still, I know that there is more I can do, but I have still not gotten there because, but one thing, how I overcame them is just keep learning. So if you are out there, many people would like say, okay, I want to do this business, but I don't want to show my face. I don't want to be on social media. Well, then I wish you have a huge following, like you have a people around you. But because once this is a business and you people must know that you have a business, because there is no way a business that can be hidden and then will thrive. No way. So I realized that I have to put myself out there. So how I overcame them is getting out of my own way. Because at the end of the day, we have to even thank social media. Even posting is free. You can just post for free. So you can build a business for free with your telephone, with your computer. So we, instead of us getting into our own way, I think we have to rather get off our own way and be thankful for the social media. Challenges would come, and one thing I say is the beginning is not going to be perfect, but once you keep going, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be perfect. So that was what really keeps me going.
Oh, thank you so much, Meme. And like I could add on that, like you don't have to be tech savvy, you don't have to be a social person, but if you're ready to just, and most of the posting and most of the things that people do that I have looked at, they really don't do anything special. They don't have to do anything special. And then we have AI that can also create your information for you, and you just post it. So it's really nothing complex. Well, if you can write and if you can read and write in this business, you don't need to do too much. We have the necessary tools that can help you make it even easy to have information and be creative. You don't have to be really like completely creative. We have ways that we can show you how you can get information and create information through AI. It just creates everything for you, and all you need to do is post and just show up for your business. Thanks, ma'am. So for the last question, before you let you go, before he let you go, is just a very important question here. I think it's really nice for you to answer for us. Can you share any valuable lessons or insights you have gained from your experience as an online business owner, or just something you want to leave our audience or our followers before you leave? Any important insights?
Yeah, so this business, like starting my own business, has really taught me a lot. One, like patience, like to be patient. It has really taught me a lot. Like having a business is like dealing with people. It's a people business, so it has really got me into. And then gratitude. Like I always wake up every morning grateful. And grateful in the sense that I am happy I have something I can call my own. I am happy I have. I know that now I know that if I am busy, I am running. I know that at the end of the day, it is productive. As I said before, I would run and run, and at the end of the month, I'm like, where is my running going to? But now I know that whatever I do during the day, at the end, it is productive. I am achieving something.
Something,
So
yes.
if you are out there and then you are thinking like, okay, starting my business is going to be difficult. I can't do anything. I don't know how to. I'm not the computer type. I'm not the social media type. Listen, these are excuses you can really get rid of, because you are coming into a place you would find help. Coaches are there, mentors are there to mentor you. And then also we have a training site that is like nothing else. Like it is step by step, video based. So all you can do is you can write, you can read, and you can see. Because whatever you are seeing, you can just pause it and then do whatever it's being shown there. It's like watching a YouTube video and learning how to cook. You can do it. That is how easy our training site has been broken down into. So if you are out there thinking, I'm not the social media type, I'm not the tech savvy, I'm not this, I'm not that, I think these are just excuses you can get out of your own way and then do something better for yourself. And then the third thing is that the form of stress I used to have, it's no more. Like even when I go to work, people are complaining, oh, the system, the work, this is not working. Boss said this said that, this said that. I'm like, okay. And they'll be like, as for you, it's like nothing, you don't worry about anything. Then I'm like, why should I worry? Why should I even worry myself or waste my strength and energy? So if you
Yes.
are out there and you are stressed at work, start building your own business and you realize that you would have something else like to think about rather than other things. And then it even shifts your perspectives.
Yeah.
Things that you think that it was so important at work, we are going for strike. Strike for what? So that is what we do. We are going for strike. We are doing this. We are doing that for increment of what? Even if whatever you do, the increments will never come. If you really want an increment in your life or in anything, just start building your own business. So this is it from me.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Build
Thank you.
your own business. All
Thank
right.
you. Thank you very
Yes.
much,
Thank you. Thank you.
Mame. Thank you very much for those wonderful um, um, pointers, lessons learned. I have been noting you mentioned patience, gratitude. You mentioned something about social media phobia. For those that think that they're not social media people, listen, nobody is a social media person. For as long as you're not doing anything immoral, you're not taking off your clothes or doing something funny, okay? Two, you're not misleading people or trying to scam people. For as long as you're not scamming, you're not doing anything immoral, okay? All you're trying to do is leverage off of these technologies to make a living. People are on social media for so many different things. People go there to watch what do you call them, stories and all sorts of videos, okay? But here you are engaging social media to change your life. I see no better way to engage, especially where you have a mentor and a coach These are people that will usher you into these new spaces. If you have any kind of phobias, they've done it before. They know people who have done it before. There's a community of business entrepreneurs that are doing the same. So when you see other people do it and try, you're going to see people that are even worse off than you, but trying to put up something. And then before you know it, you start getting this feeling that I think I can do better than this person. And that's how sometimes we get to, you know, do away with these phobias. Everybody has had a phobia before for social media. Nobody ever walks into this space a pro. Okay, it takes something, the courage, and then you're in. But you do have a supportive community. So you also mentioned having options in life, because what you mentioned at work, I think the situation that you've created for yourself that is putting you at an advantage, even when people are talking about striking or fighting the system, which is paying you your monthly, it's because you've created yourself options. Okay, a man with options, a woman with options, the sky is the limit, you know. Because when you look at, I know it's good to put up a fight with workmates, a union, and all these kinds of things. But hey, you know what? At the end of the day, you think to yourself, where am I going with this? Okay. Worst case scenario, or at most, they will change or not, but you're going to lose that job anyway at some point. You know, you're going to lose it. Either you walk away or they'll fire you for something. Okay. So rather than focus all your energies onto things like onto these kinds of activities, I think creating the options is a wise way to go about life and about the way you earn. So what are we saying? Look under the description. There is a website. There is a link to a website. Click on it. There's a free 20 minutes video talking about how things work in this business environment. It's free. If this is something you're cut out to do, you're free to proceed. If it's nothing like anything you're cut out to do, all we are saying is give it a shot. You lose nothing. So in a bid to create options, we are saying thank you for joining us today. Take a moment, if you can, to click on the link and follow through. Take action if you may, and we'll see you on the other side, like we usually say. Thank you, Maame, for blessing us today, for those kind words and pointers and everything you've shared. Dorothy, take it away again.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So we are so grateful, Meme. We are so happy that you came here, shared your story. I think it has inspired so many of our followers and our audience. And we can tell our audience that it's possible. All right. If it's possible for people, this business is possible for you. All you need is check us out. Okay. We have a trial package. If you come in and check out our program and you don't like it, it's okay. You will have at least said, I give it a try. All right. But don't sit there and just wish to change your life without taking action. You need to take action to truly change your life. And with those few words, we want to tell you, see you on our next Digital Business Forum. It's every Sunday, 2 p.m. PST time, 5 p.m. Eastern time. And for now, unless somebody else has something to say, it's time to say bye-bye.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Okay, I have something to say very little before you guys go.
All right.
Yeah, I have something very little about, there's a video. Once you type in your name and your email address, there's a video. It's for free. But remember, there is no business for free. You cannot start up a business with a zero capital. There's a $149 fee, which is a risk-free. It's a $149, which is refundable. Okay, it's a refundable within 30 days. But remember, the video doesn't take those 30 days. It just takes 3 hours. If it is something for you, you're ready. If it's not for you, but what I know, last time I was talking to somebody and he's like, Dorothy, this business is for everybody. Just it's not their right time for them to start it. Because before I was already saying it might be something for you, but when it's not, maybe not something for me, but when it's not for you. But guess what? I realized that closely now. I'm talking this out of experience because I keep on receiving these calls while on a coaching calls, and it is closely to 80%. Most of the people coming to me want to start this business. You know what they're telling me? I saw this in 2016, but I thought it was a scam, blah, blah, blah. And then I'm like, oh, then this business is for everybody, but it's not just your right time. Just wait for that God timing. The God is timing. So once it's your time, just plug in. And thank you very much, Dorothy. And thanks, everybody. Thank you very much, our guest for today. We really appreciate you. We stretched you for almost 30
It's an
minutes.
hour.
Thank you very
It's an
much.
hour.
It's an
Yes.
hour. Yeah, it has been
That's
30
okay.
minutes plus the extra 30 minutes. That's an hour. Thank you very
Yeah.
much for coming. And we are really, really humbled to have you.
Yeah. Thank you so much
All
again.
right.
Thank you, Mommy.
Thank you so much. We are so grateful. And this is not the first time or the last time we're going to call you. So please be ready for us to call you again. And you're welcome to our forum anytime. Thank you. And bye bye for now. Bye
All
bye.
right.